But we're up in Makerfield today. We're sort of taking the temperature of some of the voters. People don't really want to talk. That's the impression I get. There's a big energy for change. But, you know, everybody's worried what their family, their friends, this is a big Labour area, has been for decades. People are concerned. They say, I'm going to vote Reform, I'm going to vote Restore. They're worried what their friends and family are going to say who are staunch Labour. So there's a bit of an air of fear in terms of talking to people with cameras. But one young man did talk to us. Labour, remember, been given a free pass in this part of the world, essentially, for decades. But this is what he had to say about their effect on his community.
I don't think the Labour's doing anything for us, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you lived here all your life?
All my life.
And why have you? Do you reckon it's fair to say that this has always been a Labour area?
Yeah.
And why? And do you think that's changed? And why do you think that's changed?
Well, look at the state of it, mate. For one, not saying in shops in general and pointing any out, but why do we need 15 flipping barber shops in one street like this and vape shops popping everywhere, or
That's right.
just
Yeah.
in general? And we all know what it's for in general, don't we? So
Washing up money, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you
When I get up and go to work every day hard and pay tax.
And but you see Labour as being responsible for this
Well,
situation.
they're not doing anything, are they, really?
Yeah.
Look, it's not just this Labour, is it? It's generations and generations taking everyone's crap, what they've fucked up on, basically, isn't it?
That's
So, that's all I've got to say.
Now, we do have some particular concerns. Remember, at Hunt and Gather, we're very concerned with the integrity of public institutions, the judiciary in particular. Now, this election is going to be run by Wigan Council, and the person with responsibility for the logistical effort, gathering the ballot boxes, making sure that that chain of command for the ballots is observed in the correct way so that this election is legal. That's the returning officer. Her name is Alison McKenzie Folan. And we wrote to her on the 27th of May. This is the letter we sent her. We'll post a link to this in the first reply to this tweet. So you can go and have a look, read the letter in full yourself. We just asked her a series of perfectly reasonable questions about the logistical effort. How are those ballot boxes going to be collected? Where are they going to be kept overnight? How are they going to be transported? Can people go to the polling stations and observe them being sealed? Now, what we expected back from Alison McKenzie Folan was perhaps a letter saying, sorry, this is operationally sensitive, we can't tell you that, or perhaps a letter just answering our questions. Now, instead, what we got was this very, very defensive email from her. I am not a public authority within the meaning of the Freedom of Information Act, she says. As such, you have no entitlement to make an FOI request of me. Well, that's weird, because I hadn't made a Freedom of Information request of Alison McKenzie Folan. What she's done, it looks to me, is gone to ChatGPT or some other AI and said, how do I answer an unpleasant request from an independent journalist? And she's just fired me the response. Now, this is very concerning. This woman is responsible for the integrity of the election that everybody is up here talking about. And when asked some perfectly reasonable questions about how she's doing it, she doesn't reply, she just gets really, really defensive. Now, remember that everybody who works for a council, including her, is a statist by nature. Their own personal financial infrastructure comes from a government salary. As such, they're going to be very, very hostile to politicians like Rupert Lowe and to a lesser extent Nigel Farage, and very, very well disposed to politicians like Andy Burnham. And so when I get defensiveness from somebody like that, who is supposed to be responsible for the integrity of this election, alarm bells start to ring. And I think Alison McKenzie Folan should publish the answers to our questions instead of just telling us to go away, which is effectively what she's done.